Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, and the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, and the editor for the Hub City Nation. Yeah, I got a bunch of titles. That's all right. Today, I'm interviewing a young lady I met recently at a Dollar High Center. And come to find out, she works at an organization where I used to work at, and that's
Mhm.
AJCC. Now, I know some of y'all say, AJCC, ain't that the one that had the issue? We're going to talk about that right now. We're going to get all those myths erased as we speak. I want to bring the new executive director of AJCC on the show right now. Here she is, Miss Javette Pettaway. How you doing, Javette?
I am good. Glad to be here. And hello, everyone.
Javette, as I said in the opening, AJCC, last time we had a little issue. We had some things we had to work out, put it that way. We ain't going to talk bad about nobody. We
Absolutely.
don't do that.
Absolutely.
We don't do that. But we had
Hmm.
some things to work out. And, it left a kind of bad taste in some folks' mouth. Could you tell me how things have changed over at AJCC, who runs it now, and how it's going to be so much better for the youth of Compton?
Absolutely. 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 I'm excited because the Rancho AJCC is now being operated by a company called KRA. And they operate really, their headquarters is in Maryland, of all places.
Okay.
However, they saw the need of the people here in Compton and said, okay, you know what, let's go ahead and take over and get some things going. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Now, AJCC has a great program. It kind of reminds me of the CETA program that I had when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Okay, back when I was a youngster, they had the CETA program. Forgot what it stood for. California Employment Training A something. I don't know what the A was
Uh-huh.
anyway.
Hmm.
But this is somewhat the same thing where they offer internships, paid internships for
Correct.
youngsters 14 to 24. Tell me
Okay.
about that program.
Well, we do a lot more than that here,
Okay, okay,
servicing more than just youth. But I'll start with the youth program. It's now called Youth at Works, which again mimics the CETA program. So we provide opportunities for young people, 14 and I would say up to maybe 24 or so, the opportunity to get some work experience during the summer and extend their hours throughout. Again, gives them that opportunity for especially our younger folks that have never had an opportunity to work before, doesn't know what that experience is like. So we give them that opportunity to do that. But we also give them an opportunity to get training in a particular area. So we do workshops on resume writing, workplace ethics, things of that nature.
okay.
So in addition to the youth, though, as to my earlier point, we offer services for us growner folks as well.
Okay, talk to me.
So at the AJCC, we offer services for adults 18 and above. There's no cap. Um, we offer the services for them to, like, if they're looking for a job and they just don't know what direction to go in, or they need help with their resume. I've had a job before, I just need to tighten up my resume a little bit. We'll help them with that. We also provide free training, um, and in particular areas, and I have to say that in the areas that we offer the training in have to be on what we call iTrains or via WIOA, because we're
Okay,
county funded. So we go through that list to see, okay, yeah, this is a training that we can cover. We cover the cost of the training, uniforms, and then we have placement services here that allow our staff to work with the participants and community members to help them find employment. If you are interested in just upskilling, let's say
okay.
I did medical billing at one point, and I think I want to do phlebotomy now. I've worked before, I know about the medical field, and I just want to upskill. We provide
Okay.
services in that regard as well.
Okay. Now, how long do these programs usually last?
It varies. So we have some programs that, or some training opportunities that last maybe 6 weeks. We have some that last 8 months. So it just depends on what it is that the participant wants. We do also some career coaching. So, and just to give an example, I used to work at a program, and I know you're familiar with. I used to work with Job Corps,
Okay.
and we had a trade called landscaping. And one of our young people came in, and he was gung ho about landscaping because I want to do this, and we provided some career coaching, and come to find out he doesn't like to get dirty. So I'm like, so that doesn't make sense. How are we gonna do that? That don't make sense. So the
That's the
career
wrong job.
coaching, right? So the career coaching that we do here is somewhat similar. So if someone says, I want to go into phlebotomy, and not really knowing what's all entailed in that. We talk to them, okay, this is what you'll have to experience. This is the grade level that you'll have to perform at. And this is, of course, the income that you can possibly use. So we kind of guide them through that process as well, and not just say, okay, you know what you want to do? Let's throw that dart at it and see what happens. We do a lot of that career coaching and guiding along the way as well.
Okay. Now, are there any requirements? Do you have to be I've heard programs you have to be uh, in foster care, or you have to do a J in jail, or what are the requirements for somebody? You know they exist.
Yeah,
You know they exist.
absolutely,
If
absolutely.
you ever spend one day in foster care, you qualify for so and
That's
so.
it.
You spend one day in jail, you get this right here. What is the same kind of program or something different?
To your point, yes, there are requirements. So you have to be a county resident, so any
Okay,
county.
check.
Well, I won't
Okay,
say any county, LA County preferred, because we want to
okay,
focus on our folks first.
okay,
Um, in order to participate, you have to bring in a valid ID, a
okay.
valid social,
Good.
verification of your income, and proof of address. And
Okay.
that's because, again, we want to make sure that we're focusing predominantly on those in our immediate community, and then we kind of ripple out. But we want to provide
Now,
those services to home first.
income. You have to be a certain low income or a certain high income.
Well, low income in that you can't work over 40 hours a week. So if you have a regular full time job and you're working 40 hours a week, then you wouldn't qualify. If you're
Okay.
working less than 40 hours a week, then we're good to go. And
Okay.
then we have the staff that can kind of walk you through that process. And if the good thing too is if there's something that we can't provide services for, we have partners that we can refer you out to as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, like I said in the beginning, I worked with AJCC with the Invest program. I was a part of that program.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I work with
Yeah.
the Invest program. I'd come on there the same room I used the other day for
Hmm.
our mixer. Mixer was the classroom I was able to work in, and I'm very familiar with the facility. And I've
Hmm.
also I've seen it at the helm. That various people have been at the helm of that situation,
Right.
and I get a different vibe from you. I think you know what you're doing.
Just a little bit. No.
I get the idea that you know what you're doing.
Just a
Okay,
little bit. I mean,
and
I think it comes from a place of caring about the community that you serve,
okay,
knowing some of their experiences and some of the challenges, knowing how to navigate through that. And again, there's no disrespect to whomever ran the location prior, but it adds a little extra zhuzh, if you will, if the community members that you're working with, knowing what it is that they need and how to navigate those systems.
okay.
And you mentioned Invest. We do still have Invest here as well.
Tell them what Invest is.
So Invest is a wonderful opportunity for those that have been touched by the justice system. It's referred to as a reentry program, and it allows those to come in. Again, we help with the resume, help them kind of get reacclimated and connected to um, justice involved friendly employers.
Right.
So again, come in, we go through those things. There's some stipends involved as an incentive.
Okay.
But yeah, we kind of help those get back acclimated to the workforce. If there's training, again, that's needed, we help with that as well.
Is there a minimum amount of time you have to do? I mean, is there a qualification for that? Just go to been involved in the criminal system, and you automatically qualify to be a part of the Invest program.
Well, most of our referrals are coming from the probation department. So
Okay.
again, referred by your PO. But if that's not the case and you just, you have been touched by the system and you want to come in and get services, definitely come in and see what we can offer you for sure.
Now, how do people find out about these programs if you weren't on this program?
Well, we table at various events. I have a community engagement specialist, and shout out to Ashley Bright. She is kind of out there touching base with community members, and we're members of the chambers of commerce and things like that to kind of see what's going on. And we table
Okay.
those events, share our information. We also have what we call Engage by Cell that has a QR code on it, which will give you access to all the events, not only the ones that we're having here at this location, but events that we're tabling, workshops, and things like that. But I invite anybody to come down and just kind of see see what we're doing, see how things are going.
Okay. Now you know what you mentioned. You're a member of the Chamber of Commerce. You as it, this is give my word to you because of what you've done for us. We're going to make you a honorary. Well, we're going to make you a member. We're going to grant you a membership to the member Chamber Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. Okay.
I love it, love it.
This is how folks help folks. Okay. Uh,
Absolutely.
I appreciate you what you do for us. We will continue to support you in our newspaper and our newsletter, but we'll also grant you a membership to the Compton Entertainment
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
so you
And
consider
if I
yourself a
may,
member.
if I may give the address to invite folks down, we're
Please
at
do.
2909 East Pacific Commerce Drive, right here in the city of Compton. We're located not too far from the 710 freeway off of Susanna Road.
If you got the 710, you just keep on going straight almost because you'll
That part.
put right on the same
Exactly.
interstate. Just keep on going. So,
Exactly.
what type of programs, what kind of training do you provide right now? It's I know that you used to have forklifts and some other things. What else? What
Mhm.
else do you got provide right now?
So this particular location is identified as a health growth sector.
Okay.
However, and let me back up. Health growth sector in that we focus on phlebotomy, medical billing, CNA, pharmacy tech, those kind of things have been really popular. But we
Okay.
also focus on construction, logistics, truck driving has really been a big one here. So yeah, just whatever the interests are, we're going to support that. The ultimate
Okay.
goal for me is for folks to come in and get the training so they can get a job to be self sufficient.
Okay. Do you have any entrepreneur training at all?
We are looking into that. I know you mentioned that once before, and we're looking into seeing how we can make that connection into what training provider we can connect with. With our funding, as mentioned before, the training provider has to be in iTrains, and if
Okay.
a training provider is interested in that, then they can see us as well, and we can guide them through that process of how to be on that list, that general list.
Good. That's good to know. All
Hmm.
right. I'm getting questions asked. You don't know. I'm answering questions that I haven't. I'm getting answers I haven't asked questions for yet. That's good. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. All right. Anything else you want to cover about? Tell us more about ARC, right? ARK,
KRA.
KRA. I
Yes.
knew it was. Yeah, okay.
There's some
A little
acronyms,
dyslexia.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, KRA, as I stated earlier, they were located in Maryland. They again saw the need out here, and okay, let's go ahead and take the helm.
Okay.
The premise or the main focus and the mission of KRA again is to ensure that our population or the communities that we serve get the service needed to get trained and then get employed. And of course, uplift the community within the cities of Compton, Long Beach, and the surrounding areas. But
Okay.
because we're housed in Compton, Compton is Compton community members. They're our babies. We're focusing on Compton first.
Okay. Now, what is the rate of pay for the students 14 to 24?
I think the going rate right now is 17.85. I think it is per hour.
And
Um,
go ahead.
yeah.
And they have a maximum of 100 hours, correct?
Yes. So the county is just coming out with a new platform. It was 160 hours
Hmm.
across the board, and now they're kind of breaking it down a little bit. But the official directive hasn't come out yet, as of yet. And you mentioned CETA program as a comparison. With CETA, it was just the summer. You can only do those hours in the summer.
Right.
With Youth at Work, although they say it's the summer program, so on and so forth, you have an entire year to do your
That
hours.
was my next question.
Hmm.
That was
Hmm.
because I did hear summer earlier in this conversation,
Hmm.
and folks need to work year round because I don't
Correct.
have the time to do that. Okay, all
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
What else I want to ask? Now, once they do the 100 hours, there another program. There used to be another program they can sign up for if the employee wanted to keep them. How does that work? That's still available, or something that's not available anymore?
Yeah, it's available. Well, we want folks that are over 18 to co-enroll into the adult side so they can
Okay,
get additional services.
okay,
Um, but it is possible to extend. We have another partnership now where once they exhaust the hours, they can transition into what we call the Hilton Foundation. So it's a next step, and it's
all
based on
right.
being selected. So it's not guaranteed. They have to go through a vetting process and such. So
My
there's
daughter mentioned that
opportunities
to me
out
the other
there.
day. She
Uh-huh.
mentioned that to me the other day because she was a part of the program. She worked with me for a summer or so, and then she mentioned the other day about the Hilton program,
Hmm.
Hilton Foundation. And I wasn't aware
Correct.
of that till
Hmm.
it's the same thing.
Hmm.
Gotcha,
Hmm.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay,
And I
all
love the
right.
idea that they're willing to give these young people the opportunity to extend past the 100 hours, 160 hours, and continue to work and make money and get that work experience and all that. So once
How does
they
it?
get to an adult, they're ready to rock and
How,
roll.
how does the Hilton Foundation work?
So again, they kind of piggyback, if you will, with the Youth at Work program, um, wherein once, as I stated, once the youth are done with their Youth at Work hours,
Hmm.
they can apply to continue with the Hilton Foundation. So there's
Okay,
a vetting process, selection. Um, I'm not too versed on what the selection process is, but they go through and they say, okay, yeah, this person did very well at their work site over the summer while they did their 160 hours. Attendance was good, those kind of things, and they make
right,
that selection at that point.
all right. Now, folks, I'm gonna say something right here, right now. As the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, I met this young lady at a mixer, not a mixer, at a round table
Hmm.
sponsored by Miss Darden.
Hmm.
And I actually had come to one of my mixers with her good, energetic self. And because we were able to connect, we were able to make things happen for the city. You have to connect. You got to
Correct.
get out of your comfort zone,
Correct.
okay? You have to get around people that's doing similar things. You'd be surprised how
Hmm.
folks can assist each other if you get out of your comfort zone and just go hang out sometime in a
Right.
different place.
Hmm.
Just a different place. The park, even the church. Go to a different church
Oh,
sometimes. You'd be
absolutely.
surprised. Be
Hmm.
surprised at how just being in a different location and people ask, why are you always doing things? Because I have the time,
Yeah.
and between DJing and my cameras and these podcasts, I get to meet a lot. I get to meet a lot of people, and you never
Absolutely.
know. It ain't a matter about who you know. It's who knows you.
Correct.
Ah, and
Correct.
when she and I got to talking, be surprised how many of the same people that she know, people that she we talk. I called me this morning just to see how I'm doing. So we have those kind of relationships.
Hmm.
Relationships is everything. I tell people when you're out in these streets
Oh
trying
yeah.
to do business, whether get a job or do business, you gotta have the relationships. Okay.
Hmm.
And last but not least, your attitude determines your altitude.
Oh,
Ah,
I like that.
you can have
Hmm.
that. Your attitude will determine your altitude.
You're
Now,
sprinkling nuggets. Look at you.
just a little bit of something, something.
Little
That's what
something.
this gray stripe represents. I don't die everything. I keep the gray stripe.
Just
I
keep
got a
that
little
one.
bit
Yeah.
of wisdom. I got a
Hmm.
little bit of wisdom. I can't cover all of it up. So anyway, folks, Javette, if you have anything else you want to cover, any phone numbers, any more addresses you want to drop on these folks?
I would say again, come out and see us at 2909 East Pacific Commerce Drive in Compton, or you can shoot me an email to see okay what's going on. I have a resume, whatever the case may be, at J Pettaway Pettaway at kra.com. I can also be
Yes.
reached by phone.
Go
What?
ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, go ahead and put it out there. Go ahead.
No, I was
I
going to
can
say,
be
and she
reached.
returns your phone calls. She
Oh, I will
returns your
definitely do
emails.
that.
Okay.
Right, right. I do
I'm going
that
to
for
give you a
sure.
communication plug. Go and get
I
that
do.
phone number right quick.
Even though I'm busy throughout the day, I do return phone calls, emails, maybe depending on how things go during the day. And I apologize. I got two phones going on right now. I'm busy, y'all. I got stuff going on. But I can be reached at 424
Okay. As you can see, we have a very special connection.
That's it. That's what it is.
Got a very
Good
special.
minds. Good minds
Yeah.
thinking like.
Good night. I get plenty of sunshine on my brain. All right,
Ab-
folks. You are live with Lonzo and Javette Pettaway, the new executive director at the AJCC office in the city of Compton. Folks, come on by. Youngsters, if you're looking for a job, looking for a way to get off the streets and get you a career, at least get on the career path. I'm going to tell you something what I learned when I worked for the Cedar program. I worked for the senior program. I
Mm-hmm.
was working for Caltrans on the freeways.
Oh, wow.
I worked on the 710 freeway when I was 17 years old. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I was on the freeway, 17 years old, scared to
Wow.
death. Okay. When cars are passing by you at 55, 60 miles an hour, less than 20 feet away from you. Okay.
Woo. Mm.
What I learned on that job, I learned how to seal cracks on the tar. I
Mm-hmm.
learned how to put out sprinklers, and I also learned I didn't like working on the freeway.
That part.
Okay.
That's it.
So
That's it.
as soon as I realized I did not like working on the freeway, I found
Mm-hmm.
another way to earn my money, and I got into the record business. So while you're young,
Yep.
not only can you figure out what you want to do, you might be able to figure out what you don't want to do.
And that's important. That's
That's very
important.
important. You don't want to get
And
stuck
if
into a
I
job
may,
you don't like. Go ahead,
also for
please.
those that have businesses, if you're open to having a young person come and do some work experience with you, also reach out.
Okay.
Because again, we're dealing with, of course, parks and recs, and we have some local businesses and things like that. But we want to give these young people an opportunity to see real successful businesses, how they operate, and you're giving back to your community. So please, if you're
And you get a
interested,
paycheck.
that part, that's important.
I
But
got.
yeah, reach out.
Okay. I have one of my clients I'm going to connect you with over Lifeline Academy.
Okay,
They're junior high school and high school, and they have kids in your category, in your age
okay,
category. I'm quite sure it'll be a match made in heaven. I'll hook
wonderful.
you two sisters up. All right. In the
All
meantime,
right.
folks, Javette, thank you very much for your time, dear. Just like I
Thank
tell you,
you.
15,
Thank
20
you.
minutes. I got you in. You ain't nervous. You ain't stuttered or nothing. You ain't passed out. You did a great job.
Appreciate it.
I will see you. We're doing an AI event at the
Oh,
next.
good.
And we'll be doing an AI training at the next mixer at the AJCC. It's going to be on the 28th of August. Folks, come on
Okay.
out. If you have any idea, if you have any interest in AI, you need to. You need to. My friend, she'll show you some of the things that can be done. I'll show you what I have done with AI.
Oh,
You ain't gonna
wow.
believe it. You ain't gonna believe it, folks. All right. Thank you very much, Yvette.
All right.
Yvette,
Take care.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon. Thank you for your
All
time.
righty.
Thank y'all for watching. Peace, y'all. We out of here.